Hi everybody, this is the Planet Earth here. How you guys doing today? So, I got back to SA and I woke up and my heart rate was violently high. Not immediately, but after about standing up and using the bathroom, come back and lay down, my pulse rate jumped to about 200 beats per minute. It was going so fast, and I thought I was going to die. And it was really scary. So I took an Ativan and I waited. Over about the next 20 minutes or hell, my pulse going about 200 beats per minute. Um, it slowed down about 180, then 160, then 140, then 120, then 100, then 80, and then kind of stuck around 80. And then once the Ativan kicked in, dropped down to the 60s and 70s. See, like right now, I'm in the 60s. Now, the reason why I'm making this video, even though I make a lot of videos about anxiety, is because it was really the scariest anxiety attack, because it was going so fast that I could actually barely feel my pulse, which I always be able to feel my pulse. My blood pressure was extremely high and my pulse went extremely high. It is the most uncomfortable feeling to have a panic attack. It really is. It's genuinely a very uncomfortable feeling, and it is one of the scariest things that I have ever been through, again, for the moment time. But particularly, this one was a really high pulse. Was up there. It peaked around 10 minutes and then started coming down. And then once the Ativan kicked in, it dropped to no anxiety. But to have that going on, and you feel lightheaded and you don't want to move and you don't know what's happening and you don't know if it's an arrhythmia, or if it's going to be the heart attack that you keep dreading. You don't know what's happening, and I'm sick of anxiety. I didn't have an anxiety attack until I came back to Texas after I fell asleep. I think it was because I was really tired, though. The lack of sleep probably triggered the panic attack, and I think that's what helped to contribute to that panic attack. But in general, the panic attack lasted about 35 to 40 minutes. But the worst part of the panic attack was the first, I would say, 15 minutes. It is pure hell. Anxiety is pure hell. It really is. It's just pure hell. There's no other words. It is scary. It is ridiculously painful when I have these, and when people have these anxiety attacks, and for the heart rate to just to start going like that, and you're not even walking, and then all of a sudden your pulse goes up like that out of nowhere, and it gradually gets faster, then faster, then faster, then faster, and then it peaks, and you're like, fudge, am I gonna die? Am I gonna die? Am I gonna die? And you got your phone near you. Should I call 911? And then what do I do? And then it starts to slowly start coming down, and you get a relief, just feeling a little bit of slowness of your heart rate coming down, and you feel that just a little bit of relief, just a little bit of relief, and you're like, okay, fine, maybe it's just a panic attack, because you feel the pulse come down after so many minutes. It starts to kind of come down, and you can tell it's slowing down just a little bit, and then you feel that relief. But it really is a scary feeling, and I can't tell you just how scary the feeling is, and how scary it feels. Like you're gonna die. It feels like you're gonna pass away. It feels like you're leaving this earth when you have these anxiety attacks. And it really, really sucks, because you don't know if you're going to die. Like when your heart's going that fast, and you kind of have a little bit of shortness of breath and maybe a little bit of chest tightness from the muscles tensing up, you don't know if it's a heart attack. You don't know if it is or is not a heart attack. You just don't know. I mean, yeah, of course, with heart attacks, you get the extreme chest pressure and pain, and it becomes miserable. But at the same time, it's just like you don't want to deal with it. You don't want to be with it. And it is absolutely scary. It's very, very, very scary. It is a terrible thing. And I don't wish it on any enemies of mine. And I don't wish it on anybody else on this planet. Or any other planet. It is a terrible feeling. It is the feeling of death every single time without the actual death. You don't know what's going on, and it's hard to explain. I wish doctors would take this more seriously, in the generalized area of, okay, this is actually pretty serious. We're having, the patient is experiencing high tachycardia. The patient is extremely elevated blood pressure. And by the way, I found out that blood pressure in a lot of people with panic disorder can go extremely high during a panic attack, which will cause the body to react in the fight or flight response, which will even trigger it to be even higher blood pressure. We could be talking about almost 200 beats per minute. In some cases, depending on your heart, depending on the panic attack itself, the blood pressure could be as high as 180, 190 on the top. It could be even 200 if you already have high blood pressure. The bottom could be 110, 120 on the diastolic. And your pulse could be almost 200 beats per minute. So if really, really, really you can feel that chest tightness because the blood pressure raises violently. And I'm not the only one that experiences extremely high blood pressure spikes when having panic attacks. Other people have the same thing. And that is because of the adrenaline release. I thought I was going to die today again. And I didn't. But the panic attack lasted for like 30 minutes. And it was scary. And it wasn't right. It just wasn't right. For my pulse to be that fast is one of the scariest things that I've experienced with anxiety disorder. The fast pulse and the shortness of breath feeling, the smothering, the heat. You get really hot sometimes when you have panic. It depends on the panic attack, but most of the time you start getting clammy. You start getting pale. You start getting a little bit disoriented and dizziness, slightly dizzy. Not like an extreme, like, oh my God, not that strong, but like, whoa, like you get a couple of whoas in there, because you don't know what the hell is going on. You don't know if you're going to have a stroke or if you're going to have a heart attack. And like I said, it's just a scary feeling. And I wish I could explain to doctors more about this, but they don't care. They just care about money. It's rare that if a doctor cares about you these days, like genuinely cares about, when they took the Hippocratic Oath, do they genuinely care about the patients, or do they just throw them down the road? And another thing is benzodiazepine withdrawal is very serious, and I don't know why doctors are not taking it more seriously. People could die of seizures and stuff like that. It's not funny. I wish, I genuinely wish upon the stars and the universe and the earth and everything in it that anxiety disorder could be cured permanently. But when you have tried everything that everybody's recommended to you over the last 15 years, you just kind of give up. Like, you just nothing out there can cure it when you have one. It's a scary feeling, man. It's a real scary feeling. It's a really scary feeling, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been the Planet Earth here, and I wanted to be as truthful and honest with you guys as possible of my experience with my panic attack today. And I can't bring the medical stuff here from California because it's illegal in the state. But it would be nice, but I couldn't bring it. But let me tell you guys, it's a very scary feeling. Very scary feeling, guys. But I hope you guys will understand me a little bit better now. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry that I couldn't make, the perfect video and stuff, but when that pulse starts ticking, really fast, by the way, and your blood pressure spikes. It is a scary, scary feeling, especially when you're just waking up and you don't know what the hell is going on. And you don't want to tell nobody, but at the same time, you want to call 911 because you don't know what's going on medically. Such a scary feeling, guys. It's such a scary feeling. Such a scary feeling. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the Planet Earth here.